Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel and welcome to another GT Sport Daily RAC race and strategy guide. It's week 35 of 2021 and this week we are heading to Mount Panorama in Australia, better known as Bathurst, and we're in the Group 4 machinery. So let's take a look at the rather uninspiring settings for this one. Just 8 laps to get round. It's a fairly long lap in the Group 4 cars, tyres at ×6, fuel at ×2, just the racing hard tyres available, which means we're kind of shoehorned into another no stopper for around about maybe the 4th time in the last 5 weeks. BOP is on, damage is none, rolling start and slipstream is real. Now I'm not going to lie to you, when I seen this race coming up in the Kudos Prime events section of the website, I have to say the motivation for doing this video went right through the bottom of, well, something very deep. Let's just put it this way, I didn't have a whole lot of motivation for this one. We can quite clearly see, I'm not going to faff about, it's quite clearly a no-stop strategy with those settings. Very, very uninspiring. The fact that we actually visited Bathurst only about 4 to 5 weeks ago, albeit in the Group 3 cars that time, is just baffling that we're back here once again. To be fair, and I'll always try to be fair, the actual combo itself of Group 4 at Bathurst, I believe, is an original Daily Race C combination, but it's a very popular Daily Race B combo, and I do think we occasionally do it in FIA as well. But yeah, there's just nothing more to say about this race. It's a flat out no stopper. There's very, very little tyre wear. Tyre wear is only at ×6. It's the racing hard tyres. It's the Group 4 cars, so they're not that tough on the tyres anyway. And yeah, I really don't have a whole lot more to say about this one. I didn't even do any practice laps whatsoever. We just jumped into the Renault Megane. My kind of knowledge, or what I'm kind of been made aware, is that the Renault Megane, the FF version, is extremely quick around the Bathurst. So that's the car we used to do our testing. Obviously the FF cars are the worst cars on the tyre, so as we zoom in on the tyre wear there, you can see we're at less than 20% wear even on the worst of our tyres there, so no car is going to have any issue on the tyres whatsoever in this one. Our finishing time is just about to pop up there, 18 minutes 08. We can probably go about 7 to 8 seconds quicker than what we just did there, but now we're kind of a little bit more up to speed in the track. Your aliens out there are probably doing something around about 17:40. But yeah, there is just nothing left more to say about this race. It's one of the most least inspiring daily races in quite some time, despite the fact it's original combo. My motivation for doing this video was rock bottom, I have to say. I've never felt quite so unmotivated to do one of these guides since I started them. The settings are just absolutely trash, there's just no other way of putting it. Just the racing hard tyres, low tyre wear means that no cars run into any kind of tyre trouble whatsoever. You know, just something like giving it some fuel, a little bit of fuel saving, maybe just spice this one up just a little bit. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Polyphony Digital at the moment in regards to Daily Race C. Very, very occasionally they get it spot on, the Group 2 race at Sardinia being a prime example of that. But just recently, far too many no-stop races on the hard tyres, and that is just not what we're looking for in Daily Race C. I think it's okay for the odd little race, to be perfectly honest with you. The odd no-stopper is perfectly fine, but the vast majority of Daily Race C should be featuring a pit stop, should be featuring some kind of strategy. So hopefully Polyphony Digital will heed my warnings here. I suspect they're going to be in for a lot of criticism this week regarding this race. Maybe they'll pay heed and we shall have something much better to work with next week. I do hope so. I do look forward to making these strategy guides. I look forward to getting them out and helping as many people out there as I can, but you can only work with the material that you are given in this industry, and unfortunately PD are not quite giving me the races and the race settings that I need to make these videos a little bit more interesting. Anyway, lap guide time, turn number 1, braking just after the 100-metre board, down into 3rd gear here in the Renault Megane, and we're on to the first of the very long straights. I believe this straight is called the Mountain Straight. So a long straight overtaking opportunity as well if you're in the slipstream of the car behind. Obviously the slipstream is very powerful, so you should have an opportunity if you're fairly close. So just after the 100-metre board for turn at number 2 here, you can actually maybe stretch it about 10 metres beyond the 100-metre board. Get the car into the camber of the corner, but do try to avoid the kerb because because it can be quite slippy. So the tricky uphill braking zone for turn number 4 here. Try not to get too much wheel spin as you come out of that tricky corner. Full throttle through that right hand kink, slight lift off the throttle for this right hand kink. Don't hit the wall on the inside, it will slow the car down considerably, not surprising. And then through the mountain section we come now, through the double quick left hander, 2 very tricky corners. Without the downforce of the Group 3 cars, you do feel a lot more tricky in the Group 4 cars. Into the downhill section of the mountain now, braking maybe about 10-15 metres before the advertising board above, and you're just kind of looking to get the rhythm, get the car slowed down gradually, coming down through the gears as we come down towards Forest Elbow. Get the car into a straight line as we brake here, hugging the inside of that barrier as much as you can so you can get on the throttle as early as possible as we now come on to the Conrod Straight and the long drag all the way down to the Chase. And this is another very good overtaking opportunity. Expect to see quite a lot of carnage here over the course of the week. The slipstream does kind of present a few problems down into this corner because it can very often see 3-4 card wide just because of the power of the slipstream. But just at the 150 metre board, you will be braking for the Chase, compromising your speed on the entry of the first part so you can kind of carry more speed on the exit, and then down into Murray's Corner, braking between the 100 and the 50 metre board. Easy corner to run wide on, so do be careful there, easy to spoil a good lap in qualifying. But that's a lap of Bathurst in the Renault Megane FF. Brake balance was at +5, obviously to try and look after those front tyres. And it's a 114, it's a 214 at 0.5. But that's going to be it for this race and strategy guide. Please do hit that like button, please do that subscribe button if you feel like you want to. Hopefully, as I said, we'll have some better material to work with in the next race. We will try and make the best of this with maybe a couple of live streams over the course of the week using some different cars, probably on our US account. So do join me for that if you can. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye now.